Okay guys, the first thing I did once my image is transferred to my grid is actually make a quick mini value scale using the technique that I want to use. That way you can kind of compare your values to your photograph and you know how to shade. So I know, let's say this part of my fish is going to be pretty much up here in the value scale. This part of my fish, though, is going to be somewhere down here in the value scale, so I know how far away to place my dots when I'm stippling. Now, you don't have to stipple. You can create your value scale using hatching or cross hatching, totally up to you. I like stippling because I feel like I can control it more, but that is just me. So I'm just going to start right here in this box, because you got to start somewhere. And I'm going to look at this part of my fish, and it's pretty much black. What I'm not going to do is outline with my Sharpie. I don't want to do that. I want my value to create the shape because I don't want lines to flatten my image. So I'm just going to start stippling here. Now you'll notice I'm not doing this. You know, it's so tempting to do that. Don't do that. Really control it a little bit. Let the ink come out of the pen. Give it a chance. Okay, and again, I want this to be pretty much almost black at this point here, so I am going to get that as dark as I can. And I'm only working box by box. That's going to kind of help me stay focused. Okay. Now I have a little bit of a highlight here, but then it goes almost to black again. So I'm going to go and make this pretty black. And you'll see that just by doing that, I kind of have a little bit of a highlight here. And I might fill in a little area because it's not totally white there. And then I'm just going to keep going. Matching the value to my value scale. And again, notice I am not outlining anything. This part right here is pretty black. So if it helps, do your darkest areas first. But remember, you can always add more value. Once you put pen down, you can't take it away. So just be careful there. You're better to start light and add than you are to have to start all over because you did too much and then you've lost your image. So it's not a fast process, obviously you can see that. And this is, now I'm kind of moving over here. Now this is pretty dark. So I'm going to continue. Again, get your first initial layer down and then go back. And with Sharpies, the slower you work, the more the ink has a chance to come out. So if you are moving really fast, you're not going to get quality ink flow at all. You're going to get something that looks like a Sharpie that has dried out. You don't want that. Okay, and I'm ignoring my lines. Again, I'm not going to outline this at all, but it is a lighter part. So I'm going to use it as a guide to know that I'm going to spread out my stippling a little bit in some of these parts. That way I know that that's really a highlight. And again, this is almost black, so I really am going to go back in here and I'm going to get rid of most of this white that you can see through the paper here. So I don't want to really see any. You're not going to color it all in, you know, flat color, but you want to get it as dark as you can. Your hand's gonna hurt, so you can take a break, shake your hand out. I'm not gonna lie to you. But really, my advice, take a minute and create this value scale, because that's really gonna help you match those areas up. You know, this isn't solid white. It really is probably somewhere in this area. So I do wanna make sure that I have some dots. If you have bright, bright white, let's say like this area right here, you're not going to see any stippling there. Okay, I'm not going to put anything there. So just really kind of some of these areas too are super bright, so I probably wouldn't put any stippling there either. Okay. But you can see as I start to fill some of this in, my details are going to start standing out. I'm going to kind of fade a little bit here. Okay. Then I'm dark again here. So just take your time with it. Like I said, not a fast process at all in the least. But you will end up liking the end result a lot more. Okay, when you have all of your ink done and it's approved by me, that's when you erase all of your pencil and then you'll just have finished ink. Have fun!